Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to talk about the trajectory or chosen path of how and when to upgrade your gaming setup. Now my whole objective of creating this video is simply to cater to the people who are comparatively new to gaming or also have spent some time to gaming but they do end up making a lot of mistakes. I come in the same category as well. I myself have made tons of mistakes when it comes to upgrading your gaming setup and its equipment. Now, the biggest problem of making a mistake while upgrading your gaming setup or whatever setup that you're using to game, be it a console or a PC or any sort of handheld device, is the kind of decisions that we make that count as an upgrade. And if that decision is made in a very incorrect manner, it's directly going to affect your wallet. No matter how much money you have, creating a good financial decision when it comes to upgradation of your devices or its equipment is definitely a good thing. Hence, I'm making this video. The whole point of creating this video is for me to provide some value to somebody out there who's watching this video and is going to create some sort of upgradation in their gaming setup and its equipment so that they make less mistakes if they get anything out of this video in the first place and save so much problems on your own wallets. So I'm going to start off with the first and foremost thing is that you should always keep your budget in a fixed manner. Your budgets should not fluctuate too much because then you are going to get very confused in whatever upgradation you have to make, be it even the smallest things such as a mouse pad or a controller that you're going to buy. If you are not very stringent on the budget that you are going to use to purchase any of those equipments, your ideas and your possible options to purchase that particular item are going to vary a lot, which is going to make you very confused, because of which you're going to be very vulnerable to creating a mistake, and which you might regret later. I'll be very honest. I've made multiple mistakes such as buying multiple mice that I just bought because I felt like buying them, and they didn't turn out to be as good. So the first thing is that you should always keep your budget in mind and it should be in a fixed limit. And once that is done, you should simply focus on the first and foremost thing is if you can make any sort of performance upgrades to your gaming system. Once your performance upgradations are out of the way and you have made a decent amount of upgradations to it and you feel that you don't currently need to have another performance upgrade as whatever you already have is performing really well enough for you to probably not put in more money to make some sort of upgrading, improving your equipments or your computer components, then you should move on to your peripherals. Now by the peripherals, I mean your keyboard, mice, controllers, headphones, and what kind of other peripherals that you use to play your games, including your racing sim setups or whatever that you're using to play your game. Now I'm a very big advocate of the fact that using decent peripherals is going to exponentially improve and enhance your gaming experience in general. Now this is coming after using tons of mice, tons of headsets and keyboards as well, including mouse pads. So this is the reason that I have had some experience in using multiple of these products, because of which I saw that over the time as I kept on upgrading slowly and slowly on my peripherals, my general experience of playing a game was increasing exponentially. And I realized that even in the older times when I did not have the best system for me to game on, but slowly when I had improved on the peripherals that I was using, I was still able to enjoy the game more than I was being able to enjoy the game when I was not using a very decent peripherals. So the second part after your performance is definitely improving your peripherals. Now the biggest mistake that any gamer would make while upgrading some sort of peripherals that they're using is they immediately want to jump on to using a flashier peripheral. Now what do I mean by flashier peripheral? Using the one that is more in trend or the brands that carry a lot of status symbol or some sort of value to it, such as Razer, Corsair. Now I'm not saying these products are bad, no, not at all. They do make top of the line, state of the art peripherals, but the problem with them is they're definitely not priced optimally. And you wanting to immediately jump to any kind of product that are being made by these big brands is going to affect your wallet without you having to slowly upgrade your products, right? I do not. So if you're looking out to improve the display of your own system and setup, you should not simply focus on something that is very attractively priced. Now, displays, as I've already mentioned, the price that they come with is a direct indicator in general of the amount of value that you're going to get out of the product. So if you're looking for a product that is very attractively priced, and by attractive I mean it's very cheap and light on your own budget, you are likely to find way too many flaws in comparison to the good things that the product is going to come with. So I'm going to talk about the cheaper displays out there. I'm definitely not saying that they're bad. Everybody has a very diverse budget, and I respect every single budget of every single gamer out there. But the thing is, with cheaper displays, they are going to lure you with two things. One is a cheap price range. Second, they are going to pick one feature, say a high refresh rate, and they are going to use these two things in combination and market it heavily. And that attracts you. But once you have purchased this product, you're going to find out that in return of a high refresh rate, as I'm talking about in this example, you're going to find way too many flaws in return, such as bad viewing angles, or bad color correction, or bad color balance, or even bad build quality. So these things are going to be more of a deal breaker than any sort of upgrade that you're going to make. Hence, you should take your time when it comes to improving your displays, but look for decent options out there. Now, I am currently using an LG Ultra Gear, and in my case, before this monitor, I was about to buy something that was also very attractively priced and was offering a very high refresh rate. And I thought that if I'm getting a good refresh rate, as I mostly play esports, right? If I'm getting a very good refresh rate at a price like this, like what could be better? But as I did more of an extensive research, I found out that in return of a high refresh rate, I was going to get a lot of flaws in that display, which really would have been a pain for me in today's time. Hence, I stopped at that time. I took my time and then I bought a product that is much more expensive than that, but as of now is going to provide me way too much of a value, and I'm very glad that I took a very patient decision on this. So to conclude this point, look for displays that are not only attractive on the basis of the price range. Be extensive when it comes to researching for your displays, because there is way too many things that you should keep in mind when you're going to buy a display. I'm going to mention a few things for somebody who might not be well versed when it comes to displays. A few things that you should really keep in mind when you're looking for a display is obviously the refresh rate. But apart from these things, you should look for the build quality, your color balance, and your viewing angles. Viewing angles are one of the most underrated things and something that most people ignore when they're buying a display. They'll only find out their viewing angles are bad once they've bought the product, they've set it up, and once they're using it, they find out that the viewing angles of their product is absolutely terrible, or it might be good, and they might not even find out about this. They'll only find it out in reviews. They'll see that, oh, my viewing angles or my color balance is completely off, or it's actually good. So be very extensive when it comes to being researchful about buying a display. Displays have to be taken on your own pace. Take your own time, take your own pace. Keep your budget stringent as always, keep it fixed, and then make a very calculated approach. Do not simply be swayed by how they're being priced. Look at the proportional value that you're going to get out of a certain display. Now, coming on to the fourth and the final point in this video is aesthetics. Now, aesthetics being the last of this whole tier list is simply because aesthetics are something that's not important, but it's also hugely desirable. Even in this video, you can see that I've put something that's slightly aesthetically appealing so that the video looks better. The point of including some sort of aesthetic or some sort of visual customization to your own setup is because it's going to look better, it's going to be more representable. And that is the reason that some people, including myself, have made way too many mistakes, because they directly jump out to buy something that's more aesthetically pleasing instead of providing a better value or improving your purpose of buying a certain product. Aesthetics are probably the biggest way a brand can attract you to buy any of their products, where you will actually end up ignoring the things that they're going to give you in terms of performance and its functionalities and productivity. They're only going to make it look flashy and nice that you buy it first. And this is where most gamers are about to make a mistake. They're going to prioritize purchasing a product that's more aesthetically pleasing, that's more visually appealing, in place of something that's going to give you a better value. Now, to make this point more understandable to you guys, I'm going to give a very small mistake that I made back in the days. That's exactly based on this thing. Is when I was little and I had this whole craze of gaming rise up to my head, I wanted a gaming mouse because I wanted something that's tagged as gaming. I was using a normal optical office mice back in the days, and I searched on the internet, and the results that I got for a gaming mouse were of mice that had flashy lights and a very nice design. And I thought, this is what a gaming mouse looks like, and I'm going to buy one. So I ordered one, and over the time I realized that it was just the normal mouse. It just had lights to it. The product was simply being marketed on the basis of making it more visually appealing, but there was no actual inbuilt value to the mouse that was improving my experience. And that's when I realized that aesthetics is something that I have to focus last. I first have to see that if I'm going to improve something, if I have to improve a certain part of my system or my setup or my gaming setup, I should first see that if it's actually going to improve the experience of playing video games on my setup. If not, then I should definitely not focus on aesthetics first, because I have much other things that I should cover up first. Hence, do not simply fall into the trap of attractive products. First, be extensive and being very vigilant towards the kind of value that you're going to get out of the product is something that you should keep in mind. Once that is done, then you have the liberty to look at something that's more visually appealing or in line to your aesthetic. So guys, once you have taken all these 4 points discussed in the video into consideration, I have full confidence in the fact that your trajectory of improving a gaming setup and upgrading it, be it a console, a PC, a laptop, a handheld device, or even a mobile device, your trajectory is going to be hugely optimal and you're going to get the most bang for the buck experience possible out of it. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Feel free in the comment section to let me know as to how the video is, as I'm still learning a lot about content creation and I would really appreciate any sort of feedback that anyone has to give. And thank you so much for watching this video to this point, and I'll see you guys in the next video with a new topic. And you might also let me know in the comment section for any sort of new topic that you would want me to make a video on. So I'll see you guys in the next one and keep up the support. Thank you so much.